and I looked at my uncle and...
Let me guess. He died?
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is an animation action-adventure movie. The cast consists of Shamik Moore, Haley Stanfield, and Oscar Isaac. It's directed by 3 directors, Joaquim Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Thompson. Miles Morales returns for the next chapter of the Oscar award-winning Spider-Verse saga, an epic adventure that will transport Brooklyn's full-time friendly neighborhood Spider-Man across the multiverse to join forces with Gwen Stacy and a new team of Spider People to face off with a villain more powerful than anything they have ever encountered. So this is the second iteration of the Miles Morales Spider-Man movies. The first one was great, and honestly, I wasn't expecting anything less from this movie than what I expected from the first one. The big thing is that with all the Spider-Verses and all the multiverse of Spider-Man, and if you're a big comic book guy or girl, you know, you'll get a lot of deep cuts because of this movie. So the movie brings on a new villain, and a lot of people haven't heard of him. I know I haven't until a little bit ago, and his name is Spot. So this character, he has like a whole bunch of like black holes around his body. And I think the way that they incorporated him to the movie was great. It was by an explosion in the first movie, where the collider at the end exploded, and then he was basically in the blast of that collider. So if you haven't seen the first movie, I would definitely recommend you go and watch it. It builds a premise towards this movie, so I think it's important that you do watch it before you go watch this one. So Spot is just trying to be a villain that is powerful enough to beat Spider-Man. And he goes through a movie basically trying to level up, and he finds a way to get into the multiverse so then he could try to level up, so then he could come back and beat Miles Morales. So he basically finds a way to get into the multiverse through these black holes that he develops, and then Miles and the other Spider-Men or Spider-Women have to go on and try to stop him. But through this journey, Miles comes to the realization that things may not be as they seem throughout the whole Spider-Verse. So the whole animation in this movie is beautiful, and you see all these different types of Spider-Man being drawn in this movie. They basically come from the comics. They actually come from the TV shows or the animated series. They also come from versions of the MCU. They also incorporate the live action or some things of the live action MCU movies into this movie itself. And I thought it was cool how they made references, because basically what it's showing is that they're basically connecting all the universes together into one thing. So in this movie, there's a lot of moving parts, and they go by really fast. So you really have to pay attention to each little detail, because if not, you'll kind of get lost. And what's cool about this animation is that I think, for me, in my opinion, this should be the future for Marvel as far as movies are concerned. Yeah, the live action stuff is cool, but at the end, like what happened with Captain America and Iron Man, they're basically gonna die out. And what happens is that you're not gonna see Robert Downey Jr. anymore as Iron Man, and you're not gonna see Chris Evans as Captain America, and that's kind of sad for diehard fans, especially if you love these characters. But meanwhile, in an animation, you could keep these characters going, and you're just using the voice of the actor. So basically, halfway through this movie, you know, they built up everything and how this character was going to be more powerful. But then from the half to the last half of the movie, I was basically on the edge of my seat. You know, it was an incredible movie, and they basically get the movie and they flip the whole movie on its head, where the circumstances are now different from what they were, and I don't want to get too much into spoilers. And through these circumstances, it only makes you root harder for Miles Morales' Spider-Man. This movie takes you on an emotional roller coaster with him, and I think that was a great touch. Now, do I think that this movie's better than the first Spider-Man? Into the Spider-Verse? I don't think it's better than that one. But I'll tell you something, as far as movies for 2023, I think it's up there for one of the best movies of the year as of right now. I would definitely recommend to go watch it, and I would definitely recommend to go watch it in the theaters. You definitely will be shocked by the end of the movie. Well, guys, that's it. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching, and God bless.